Let's see how this goes. 2023 Suzuki GSX-R 600. First ride. Hope the battery lasts on the GoPro. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad for everybody. Let's see. Get the gloves on. I'm gonna back her up. As I said earlier, GSX-R 600. Probably won't be able to hear dummy. That is loud. This is... oh my god, yes. Sorry for the audio, if the audio sounds bad. I'm recording. I'm apologizing for the audio. I'm not going that fast though. Oh yeah, we are. That's 20 miles per hour. She leans over so beautifully. I can just weave her back and forth. And she purrs. She purrs so good. I can't wait to get a new exhaust on her, so she's a little bit lighter. She'll be lighter. She'll sound better. She'll breathe better. Oh, my gas light went off. Yeah, I see that. My gas light went off, so I guess I don't need gas, but I'll check. (10-4). That's my horn. Clear? Got it, thank you. I actually wanted to take the time. Oh, she's got the new bike smell. I've never seen this gas station before. Yep. And gas extravaganza done. Feels so good to be back on this. Alright, now that we're on a more reliable road, go ahead and start talking about what I had before and what I have now. So before this, I had a 2021 Honda CBR 300R. And it was a beautiful little bike. I had a few falling outs with her. She didn't have enough power. She didn't really have enough speed on the highway. Couldn't really get away from anybody. But this one right here, this one just has and will always take the cake. Anyways, back to what I was saying before. Had a little Honda CBR before this. I'll put up a little image of it, top right. Had an amazing time on that, learning crotch rocket stuff on the littlest bike you could imagine. Had a little crash here and there, then finally had a big boy crash about almost a year ago. What came out of that was insurance finally paid me out after a few months of waiting, and I was put on not really two wheels again and wasn't really ready for anything spectacular for a while. Definitely feeling riding again. Actually, when we went to the dealership to pick up this bike, I rode on the back of his, and that was a treat in itself. My hands, they definitely did not enjoy that ride whatsoever. This sound is orgasmic. Alright, gonna scrub in the front tires a little aggressively here. There we go. Scrub them in again. And that's the best thing to do for a brand new bike if you can do it safely. Is you don't want to yank this ever, but you definitely want to pull it in and then hold it tight. Really get the front and back scrubbed in, because it's kind of like too smooth. Kind of need to throw some sand in it and rough it up for it to get some good braking power out of it. And we'll tell you why I did not get the GSX-R 750. He said I don't need it, so therefore I don't need it. And you know what? I do agree. I was going back and forth. It's the same bike in principle, just higher top end. But really, I'm not going to be able to use... Okay, this guy in the red truck is an asshole. I'm not going to be really able to utilize that top end for anything great. How much did I pay for this bike out the door? $13,700. Out the door completely, taxes, title, registration, everything. $13,700. This bike is listed for $11,700. The GSX-R 750 was on sale, $850 off. This one was not. I was kind of hoping this was on sale and be a flat 11, but that's fine. Just so much grunt. It just wants to push through anything. Oh, I just tapped my windshield. I just punched my windshield. Bop, bop. Happen again. Oh, there's so much wind. Same thing happened again, where I really wanted another motorcycle. Just feel that freedom again. Get out on the bike. I was bouncing back and forth between a 600 and 750. And I guess he wanted an upgrade, so we went to the dealership and we saw his bike, and his eyes just like a hawk, just right to it. He test rode it one day before then, not sure when, and he fell in love with it. Let's talk about the mods I had the dealership do, or the mod I had the dealership do before I left with the bike, which took about a week. I had her lowered 1.5 inches. It's really, if you're at stoplights a lot, you do a lot of city riding, it's really a bitch if you're a shorter rider. And 5'5" is actually not that short, but it's on the shorter side. So you kind of get into the issue of if you come to an uneven ground and you go to put your foot down and just there's no ground there, giant risk of dropping one of these heavier bikes, and I don't want that risk. Now see, with Bigfoot over here, he doesn't have that issue, but definitely for shorter riders, I recommend either, if you can, lower the motorcycle, get a lowering kickstand to go with it, which is not installed yet, but that's okay. And if you want to, you can send your seat off to get thinned down, or you can have a new seat installed altogether that will lower it another 1/2 inch. You will compromise comfortability, you know, how comfortable the bike really feels. Yeah, you do that. 300. Hated it. And she still has that power on tap. I'm not even twisting the throttle. I'm twisting it maybe a centimeter, and she just wants to go. If I give her the beans, she just wants to go. It's the same thing I felt when I rode on the back of his motorcycle. Just, you have all the power and then no power. You just lurch forward. And that's actually due to your stock, the ECU. Because when you kill throttle, it's going to close those headers, and so you can use so much drag and so much engine braking that it's like, ugh, every single time. But when you actually get the ECU flash on this or his motorcycle, you don't have that. They don't shut the valves, so you just slowly slow down. And you don't have that lurch, lurch, lurch. Scrubbing those, oh yeah, real good scrubbing on those front tires and that rear brake. That's so good. That feels so much better. The brakes feel phenomenally better than when we left the dealer. I like that. That's nice. Also, while we're here in the video, I want to say, get riding gear. I got my gloves, I got my helmet, I don't got a jacket, don't have riding pants or riding boots. Don't be me. Get gear. It'll save you. Road rash is no joke. I had a buddy that I met that he had what Dummy's wearing. He just had a normal jacket, and he went down, and his whole, I think, left arm, the whole thing, road rash. And trust me, getting skin grafts for that, it's not a great process. I'm lucky for my accidents that I had minor injuries. Minor, very minor. I had maybe a bruise here or there. I had a gash on one of my legs. That was it. I'm lucky. Here soon I'm going to order me some gear. I need to try on some and see what fits me and what'll really help out, you know. Just look at his bike. Beautiful. Just all beautiful. Honestly, I still remember the picture that one of his friends took with their phone, mind you, while we were going down this highway. And it was a picture of him on his little Ninja 400. And it was a beautiful bike. Beautiful scenery. In retrospect, whew. And we got a red car. Also, that's a good tip, maybe, if it's applicable. If you know there's going to be more of a blind turn, then getting over into the left part of the lane, if they're over there, they might be able to see you around that corner a lot faster than if you were hugging the corner, being stupid and doing some rat shit. So you gotta be careful with that. If you position yourself for safety, you're always gonna be safe. You can't drive other people's cars. You can only rev at them. You can only rev and honk. But honestly, you shouldn't do either of those. If you're riding your ride, then just make sure and maintain that you are doing progressive braking. Honestly, one of the best channels to like learn about and watch other people do mistakes, and then you can learn from those mistakes, is Dan the Fireman. Amazing content. He really helps you understand. He really helps you understand what you did wrong or what they did wrong, and You can submit your own clips and he'll review them. Oh my god, it's here. Look at that. Same bike. There we go. Either way you look at it, you really have to commit to what you do. If you're making a decision on a motorcycle, you commit to that decision. Because if you second guess yourself 2, 3, milliseconds into that decision, you're gonna come out bruised, battered, destroyed. That bike is probably gonna be destroyed too. Especially at roundabouts here. You're good. People don't look on oncoming. They really don't. People are dumb. Ooh, my back tire is a little bit loose. Gotta scrub it in a little bit more. And she just leans over so nicely. This is one of those things where if cops see you do it, they're not going to be very happy with you. In most states, scrubbing in your tires is a very normal thing for motorcyclists to do. Cops, they don't like it. It can be seen as reckless. You're weaving inside of your lane. Always watch intersections. Always watch intersections. Lunatics will always pull out in front of you. And after my little excursion with the 300, I was getting a little bit of freedom that I wanted from life that I wasn't getting prior to that. And with that freedom, you take a few things for granted. You maybe want to be a little bit more reckless or drive a little bit fast, ride fast, whatever you want to call it. And it's great. Honestly, the speed's great, the feeling's great, but dying, not so great, Oh, look at that. I didn't even feel that I was in neutral. Interesting. First time that's happened now. Whoa. Yeah, scrub them in. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, look at this. Look at this old Corvette. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.